Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to New Jersey NCSY Annual Bergen County Scholarship Breakfast. My name is Dennis Vink, a recent alum of Fairlawn High School and a current freshman at Stevens Institute of Technology, and I'm honored to be your MC this morning. I began my journey with NCSY as a freshman when I joined the JSU Club run by NCSY in Fairlawn High School. It gave me an opportunity to explore my Jewish self. I met my Rabbi Ruin Leibowitz, who pushed me to get involved and pushed me to go on TJJ, a 4-week experience run by NCSY in Israel for public school kids like me. After that, I got more involved. I went on Hesed missions. I've been to Puerto Rico, Houston, Buffalo. I ended up joining TJJP. I went on numerous Yarhei calls, and I ended up going on the NCSY New Jersey Regional Board. Senior year of high school, I ended up being the president of my JSU, as well as the president of my entire school. NCSY gave me the opportunity to be engaged and find my Jewish self, and it does that for all Jewish teens in all public schools across the country. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Yet each of these experiences were made possible only thanks to the generous scholarships I received to allow me to attend. Your support in breakfast past and today have allowed me and hundreds, if not thousands, of other teens to become and remain connected in their Judaism and their community. So on behalf of myself and all the others that you help, thank you for your generosity, thank you for your support, and your care for our Jewish future. Thank you.
We began last year stronger than ever in New Jersey NCSY. We opened more JSU clubs in public high schools around the state, bringing Jewish community to teens inside their school community. We ran our first ever New Jersey NCSY Yarhei Kala, bringing yeshiva day school teens and public school teens together for a weekend of learning. We had more teens on NCSY summer programs going to Israel and domestic programs than ever before. We had more than 10 NCSY Chesed missions, disaster relief missions to Puerto Rico, Houston, New Orleans, and others to help rebuild communities affected by natural disasters. We had weekly programming and monthly programming, Shabbat programming, latte and learnings, educational programming, social programming. We were seeing and impacting more teens than ever before. Then COVID-19 hit, and we were forced to completely reimagine what NCSY is and what our programming could be. While COVID-19 will forever be remembered as the year of great distance, for us at NCSY, through our innovation and programming, and most importantly, through the love and care that our staff showed to every single team, COVID-19 will forever be remembered as the year of great connection for our teens and their families.
It is remarkable to look at the big picture of what New Jersey NCSY has done, not just during COVID. Whether it's the almost 2,000 public school teens they have engaged with during the year, or the more than 65 New Jersey public school teens choosing to spend their summers in Israel. Despite the pandemic, New Jersey NCSY continues to be on the forefront of education. Yet, as anyone who has ever been part of NCSY knows, the true specialness of NCSY doesn't lie in those impressive numbers. It lies in the individual stories. And here is just one of those stories.
Hi, my name is Sydney Berman, and my story starts like this. I grew up in a conservative, traditional household, and when I was in 8th grade, we, as a family, started becoming more observant. And as we started becoming more observant, we realized that my mother's conservative conversion was not sufficient. And I took this news terribly. I didn't want to convert, and nothing anyone could say or do could change that fact. Or so I thought. Going into 10th grade, I grudgingly went on TJJ, and it ended up being the best decision of my life. I learned what it means to be a religious Jew. I learned what it means to have God in my life. And coming back, I realized this is what I want. I want to convert. For the rest of high school, I worked towards my conversion. I started learning and growing. I took advantage of the Chesed trips, of regional events, and I became president of my local JSU. Going into my senior year, I was talking to the Based In, and they suggested me continue my learning in seminary. And I brushed them aside because that was not part of the plan. College was always part of the plan. And then I went on another life-changing trip, TJJ Ambassadors. And on Ambassadors, we learned about Israel advocacy, and we learned about what it means to really be a part of Am Yisrael. And I came back thinking, I can't have this knowledge and not continue my learning. How can I just, convert and then kind of get some learning in here and there when I see how meaningful a life is with constant Torah in it? So I come back after those amazing 5 weeks, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to seminary. And with the help of NCSY advisors, I found Mechon Mayan, and it was the easiest decision of my life to go there, and thank God I made the right choice. In January of my senior year, I Baruch Hashem converted, and it was one of the happiest days of my life. And I knew that it was not just through the hard work of me and my family that I had this chance to convert, but it really was because of NCSY and the amazing role models and leaders that I had the opportunity to talk to and to look up to. And I just came back from my year, and I'm still on that seminary high, and I'm just so happy, and I love learning, and I can't imagine a life without Judaism in it. And V'ezrat Hashem, I will be returning in September for my Shana Bet year. Without NCSY, I know none of this is possible. I know that they have given me everything I am, and they have set me up for a life with Torah, and I don't know where I would be without NCSY. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everyone who ever had those late night conversations with me, who helped me realize that what I really want is to become closer to Hashem and to work on myself and to grow. And I thank God every day that I had the opportunity to be a part of NCSY and to let them inspire me, and I'm just so thankful.
Today we welcome our guest of honor, Rabbi Kenny Shiowitz. Rabbi Shiowitz has been the Rav of Congregation Sharei Tefillah in Teaneck and has been a leader and supporter of the Jewish community in Bergen County for many years. Yet, with the onset of the COVID pandemic, as the president of the RCBC, Rabbi Shiowitz was thrust into the leadership role, leading the Jewish community of Bergen County during these unprecedented times. His leadership and decisive decision-making became the gold standard and model for communities around the world in dealing with the COVID pandemic. It is a tremendous chus, a tremendous privilege for us at New Jersey NCSY to have the opportunity to honor Rabbi Shiowitz for his dedication and leadership to the global Jewish community, to the Bergen County Jewish community, and more locally for us at NCSY in particular. Please join me as we honor Rabbi Kenny Shiowitz as our guest of honor.
When I told my wife that I was to be honored at NCSY, she said, why? Because you were chapter president in 10th grade, 1990? I was thinking, no, it's because I shut down all the shuls in Teaneck in just one day. Next year, the person who gets everyone back to shul will be honored. I was honored to have the opportunity to work together with NCSY over the past year or two. What I found exceptional about their work is that not only does NCSY work for the community, but works with the community for the community. NCSY came in and said, we're gonna help this community, and we're gonna create programming for the youth and inspiration and education. And they didn't just say we're working for the community, but they said we're working with the community. And each time Rabbi Wialgas had an idea, he would call me and say, how will the community, what will they think about it? What will the different rabbis think about it? What will the doctors of the community think about it? Is it something that's possible? If not, we'll change it. And it was work for the community, with the community. And that created an amazing synergy that was a pleasure to work with and to see. I also had personal hakaras tov because my daughter participated in one of the programs last summer. And NCSY, like so many other people, planned so many summer programs that had to be canceled. And the easy way would be just to cancel it. It was justified, it wouldn't have hurt in the long term. But they made the extra effort to say, what could we create instead? And out of nowhere, came up with a whole new set of programming that inspired and educated our youth, my children, and I'm honored to be part of this celebration and look forward to many more collaborations together and benefiting from the work of NCSY in Bergen County.
One of the things that strikes me about Rabbi Shiowitz was throughout every conversation that we had about the role of NCSY throughout this entire crazy year of COVID, both in the initial shutdown and as we began to slowly reopen, was how much he cared. He cared not just about his shul and the safety of the broader Jewish community in his role of RCBC's president, but how much he cared about the well-being and growth and emotional health of every single teenager. Every conversation was him balancing the needs to best service our teens with the safety and the broader messaging of the community.
As a community and as Rabbanim in the community, we will forever be indebted to Rabbi Shaiwitz for his leadership, for his patience, for his ability to steer the course, and Baruch Hashem, we hope and pray that for the greater health of our community and the community of the world at large, that as we turn the page and Yetz Hashem on this most difficult year, that having someone of the caliber of Rabbi Shaiwitz as our leader is something which was of great comfort and great strength for all of us.
NCSY programs have a major impact. It gives kids a space that's away from the classroom or a more formal setting to experience a Shabbos together with the Ruach, with the learning, and with the advisor, someone who they can talk to, be open with, feel like someone has their back and is going to help them with their growth. My husband was really busy. You know, when I step back, I'm really blown away by the way he was able to balance being sensitive to the health of our community, but also to what our communal and spiritual needs were, and how to navigate both of those to the best of his ability.
This year was hard with being out of school and not being with my friends, but one thing that was really special was seeing my parents be on meetings and working so hard, tirelessly, keeping everyone safe while still keeping everyone connected. And through the shul, through NCSY, through all the programs they were running, giving shiurim, it was very inspiring for me because we were all sitting at home, and it gave me the motivation to want to help people and stay connected to my friends and go onto the shiurim and participate in the programs even if they were on Zoom.
We're one organization, and he had so much that he was dealing with as the face of RCBC and the face of the first community to make that drastic step to shut down, but how much he cared about us, to guide us, to lead us through this time was something so inspiring.
We're a community, we're a family. Every single girl who comes, just making sure that she's part of this family, whether it's on Tuesdays where everyone just sits together and one girl shares a piece of Torah, or it's on Thursday where we break into small chaburas and everybody learns together. We are a community of equals, everybody trying to further their personal growth, their relationship with Hashem. Specifically to the fact that these girls are in Jewish day schools, every single person has so much to offer to this community of growth. It's not even about outreach, it's not about kiruv, it's about being awake with our Judaism and coming together to celebrate that we all have relationships with Hashem. That to me is what 4G is. I'm so proud to be a part of it, all these girls.
I started getting involved in 4G NCSY by a small bonfire in a friend's backyard, which led to tie-dyeing in Voti Park, and then slowly but surely our family grew, and now we have tea time every Tuesday. What I really enjoy about 4G is the unity and achdus with all the girls from all different schools, from all different ages, coming together to be inspired together, learn together, connect together, eat food together. And it's really a happy and positive, growth-oriented place to be.
I think it's amazing that so many girls want to come and so many girls love coming, and you see new girls every week, you see people bringing their friends and everyone's branching out, and they make you feel so welcomed and they're so excited for you to be there.
At NCSY, specifically BMG, there's no pressure for anything. You can just talk, say your thoughts, and everybody wants to hear what you have to say because it contributes to the conversation.
All the girls coming together, whether they're from Machon Ora, Mayanot, Bruria, Frisch, Manhattan, Nala, it's just like a celebration of us being Jews together. Specifically this year for the first time, especially since it was a COVID year, we weren't able to do Shabbos programming that we are so excited to do this coming year. Shavuos was such a celebration of the holiday and just the Torah, all of us coming together. It was like a culmination of this Torah community. that there were girls teaching classes, advisors teaching classes. We brought in speakers, and it was kind of this like equality of every single person has Torah to share.
I think it's really important to learn outside of school, because in school you might not always be so happy to be there, so you might not always enjoy Torah, whereas when you do it outside, like in a chabura with like an advisor, like you want to be there and you're happy and it's a lot more enjoyable.
I think when people hear the word NCSY, they think of inclusion, they think of people that they would never have met otherwise. They come together, sharing their talents, sharing their ideas, and making sure everyone has respect for one another, no matter where you come from, no matter what kind of person you are, no matter how frum you are, no matter anything. Whatever you are, you come together, you have a great time, you learn together, you're inspired together, and that's what NCSY means to me.
When I think of 4G as a whole, over this past year, going from 9 girls to 150 from all different schools and backgrounds, I'm so excited to see what this becomes, where every single girl is empowered to take charge of her own growth and her own Judaism, and she's proud of it. That's what 4G is about.
That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for your continued support and participation today and every single day in support of the teens of New Jersey NCSY. As Dennis acknowledged this morning, behind each one of the thousands of teens we see every year is their own unique story. Whether you're Dennis from Fairlawn High School or a girl in Nala High School, we are proud to be able to offer opportunities from teens of all backgrounds to provide them with the next meaningful opportunity to engage and remain connected with their Judaism and the Jewish people. So thank you for your support today and your support every single day. Thank you to Rabbi Shayowitz for giving us this opportunity to honor you and your leadership. And most importantly, thank you to every single one of our teens for inspiring us day in and day out. Have a wonderful morning. Thank you again.